Hey guys, it's me, Noah SXZ here, and have I ever told you guys how much I hate all of my fans? Everyone should unsubscribe to me as soon as possible and subscribe to my friend Ricardo instead. In fact, yo, get him to 100k because he deserves it more than me.
Yo, what are you doing?
Yo, Noah, it's not what it looks like. Chill, Noah. Don't worry, you're not on the wrong channel. This is Noah's channel. I'm just here to say, me, Noah, and Staying Auntie have made a Discord server and we're trying to make the biggest anime community possible. The link is discord.gg/thecollaboration and it's also at the top of the description. There's hella baddies in here too. I'm gonna give the mic back to Noah now. Bro, can you put the knife down?
You know, I just realized. This nigga pronounces it Noah SXZ. It's not Noah SXZ, nigga. It's Noah SXZ. Get it right, bruh. Get it right.
Palmer, Bellingham, Saka, Tony, Trent. Pressure. What pressure? Pressure is for tires. It's a different generation. They don't feel it. How confident were they? They had belief. They somehow found the energy to get themselves into the semi-final.
Alright, so this chapter starts off with Yujo's domain shattering. Then on the next page, we see Sukunah pop out. And while he is looking a little rough, he is still very much alive. Which brings me to my first big question of the day. How the fuck did this man manage to survive a point blank hollow purple? I need evidence, bro, cause ain't no way this man Yuta is just that sorry. Sukunah starts talking about how Yuta destroyed the barriers of his own domain. And while he was able to use purple, he wasn't used to it enough to control it. Which is a massive skill issue on his part, not gonna lie. Then on the next page, we see Yujo and Toto and my goat Yuji pulling up from the rubble. And that boy is still locked in. He ain't even tripping about Yuta being in Gojo's body. He just wanna cook. Then Toto starts telling Yuta not to worry about hitting him and Yuji. And when he recovers his technique, he can fire off purple as many times as he needs, saying that they'll avoid it with Boogie Woogie. And this is high key a crazy thing of him to ask, because you want him to be firing off purples like an AR when he can barely do it once? He crazy. In the corner over here, the narrator's yapping about how once again, Sukunah is in a state where it's difficult for him to use his technique, blah 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 blah. Nigga, you can't fool me, bruh. I ain't gonna believe he's in a strange state until I see him eating some dirt. And speaking of eating dirt, it seems like Yuta's controller has disconnected as Kenny's technique had been fully drained by the domain expansion. He's over here like, damn, I'm sorry as hell. Since Rika wasn't in his body, his copy technique will not work. And with the limitless CT being drained, he thought that he'd be able to use Kenny's technique after. And he wonders if Kenny had a secret trick that helped him maintain his technique after the domain expansion. Honestly, what this really proved to me, if it wasn't already obvious, was that Gojo was the strongest because he was Gojo, not because of his technique. Because if Mr. Prodigy over here couldn't even successfully run the ones with a weakened version of Sukunah, plus without the help of Inumaki, then nobody else could but him. He really was generational. As Toto notices Yuta reaching his limit, he says that him beating Yuta was expected from the King of Curses. And as he tells himself to lock in, Sukunah does it first and blacks him across the page, breaking his doohickey in the process. But Yuji don't miss a beat though. Comes in behind Sukunah, and with the help of the now broken doohickey, it's a swap. Toto notices that his thingamajig works slower than before, but he ain't done yet. As my boy Yuji comes in with the electric right hook, Sukunah trying his best, but I know for a fact that shit hurt. Right in his burn area too, he's not slick. Toto notices that the shards from Yuta's broken domain are still hovering in the air, meaning that until they vanish, this is the perfect time for Boogie Woogie to cook. Then they start going crazy. Toto, off his own head, sends off the swap, letting Yuji hit this man Sukunah with a devious Sanido. Old man don't even know where to look, and when Toto stops it from vibrating, Yuji goes in for the hit. As he pulls up, he hits Megumi with that
"Wake up, filthy,"
and comes in with a dismantle. And damn, this shit right here was tough. Stop that man Sukunah in his tracks. Eyes popping out of his sockets and everything. He got him looking crazy. And peep the smile too. Usually don't even be showing off like that in fights. But even he knew that he cooked right here. Sukunah realizes that Yuji was able to restrict the technique's target by throwing the cleave right at the border of Sukunah and Megumi's souls. And thanks to a binding vow. He hit this man so hard that he knocked the sonic rings out this man. Had him regurgitating his own food like a baby. That shit crazy. As he backs away, Yuji comes in with his technique, slashing the pillar Sukunah was on and tries to knock him up. But Sukunah hits that mid-air special of his and comes in from the back, and he sends Yuji right into the wall. But as usual, my goat stays unfazed. Sukunah goes on to say that as long as he doesn't get hit, he'll be fine. While Toto is over here saying that he has one more shot with his broken vibra slap before it breaks. And as he goes in for the slap, it looks like we about to see another generational fade. Until Hana, of all people, pulls up to the fight. and that is once again one more person who has boxed with Sukunah before Hikari. Do I blame him? No, I would get jiggy with Rame too, but he needs to lock in ASAP. And it seems that due to a binding vow, Toto was able to increase the range of his CT to swap in Hana. Then we cut to a flashback, and Yuta is telling Hana that their task is to remove Gojo's seal. And her bum ass over here worrying about Megumi. Let that nigga go, bruh. She was out here trying to shoot like she was 2018 Harden, and Megumi blocked that shit every time. Low key, Megumi might be a friendly fire merchant, cause if a fine ass girl was looking at me like this, they would have been calling me Neymar with how fast I would have folded. But we getting off track. Yuta says that they might have to end up relying on Angel's technique. He goes on to state that they don't need to run the ones with Sukunah, because even if Yuta's domain gets destroyed, he'll try to resolve the situation before it gets worse. Then after that, he wants her to fire off a Jacob's ladder to finish the job, and in the end, hopefully separating Megumi and Sukunah's souls. Yuta goes on to say that they'll rely on the strength of his CT, as most people forget that even though Yuta copies techniques, he doesn't steal them, meaning that the original user can still appear with the same CT, as his technique is a copying one, not a stealing one. In the end, the best part about this is being able to have two aces up their sleeve. And as he says this, we see Hana come down with a Jacob's ladder at 100%, vaporizing Sukunah, or did she? In my honest opinion, I'd rate this chapter a calm 8 out of 10. I feel like once again, there's a lot that we're missing here, like Yuta failing but at the same time landing a hollow purple on Sukunah. Honestly, I wish we could have seen what happened in that domain, but this may come back to play later, so I'm gonna let JJK cook. Overall, Yuta's whole swap with Gojo was a huge disappointment and an insane disrespect to the dead. Cause not only did he manage to get cooked by a disabled and weakened version of Sukunah, but he needed the help of Salmon Boy to even get a fair shot. Plus the fact that time limit ran out early, so yeah, it was pretty disappointing. Also, Toto's Viper Slap breaking means no more of the best duo fighting together to beat Sukunah, which yeah, that's also pretty disappointing. I really wanted them to cook up at least one more time, but yeah. As for the next chapter, I feel like this actually might be the time that Sukunah gets cooked, cause there's no way a huge ass Jacob's ladder fails to vaporize Sukunah, and hopefully Megumi as well, right? Unless he uses a binding vow, I really don't see how that's gonna happen. But what I do know, failure or not, it's gonna come down to my GOAT Yuji to save the day. And when that day comes, I will be ready. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for 100K. And if you're still watching up to this point, I love you, and you deserve a corner edge brownie piece every time you wake up. Goodbye. Before we end it off, this video was sponsored by Anime Express. Anime Express has a variety of merchandise from all your favorite animes, such as Jujutsu Kaisen, Naruto, Demon Slayer, One Piece, and others. They got a variety of stuff and cool things, such as hoodies, t-shirts, necklaces, and this dope ass sword over here. Personally, my favorite is the Choso hoodie, cause as much as I be hating on bro, this shirt is tough as hell. And if you want 10% off, use my code NOAH10 at checkout. Link in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching.